even in the difficult times, and when I say difficult times to others may seem like, how are you going to recover from this? It was always a good challenge for me because I always enjoy for others to see it as being the underdog. But for me, seeing it as I have the potential and my team has the potential to do something great. Hi, my name is Jennifer Bellinger, and my story as an educator begins over 25 years ago. I started teaching science at a middle school fresh out of college, and it was one of the best experiences of my life, and I fell in love with being an educator. When I graduated from college, it was not my intention to be an educator, but that was the first opportunity that was given to me. And when I walked in the classroom on the first day, nervous and excited, but once the students came into my classroom and they began to introduce themselves, I fell in love with being an educator, and I have spent the last 25 years in public education.
I am Luz Gonzalez. I've known Ms. Bellinger for 9 years, and I am a school administrator.
My name is Natasha Grayson. I'm an educator. I've known Jennifer Bellinger since 2008.
I am Pastor John Simmons. I have been pastoring the St. Mary Missionary Baptist Church of Taft for the last 18 years. I've also been an educator in Orange County Public School for the past 26 years. I have known Jennifer Bellinger for the last 7 years.
When I hear Bridges to Opportunity, what comes to mind is multiple paths that can bridge the gap between what students initially know and the obstacles that might be hindering them from achieving success.
So over the years of knowing her, I've witnessed her care for people in the community, just the same as she cares for the students that she sees each day. In the way that people react to her, you can see that they have a trust in her leadership style, that she is going to stick to the plan, and she's going to boost each of us to where she planned on boosting us to.
Also, in my personal life, I've had great tragedy happen in my life, and Jennifer Bellinger was right there. She's also experienced personal tragedy in her life with the loss of loved ones, but yet, when so many people depend on you to continue to inspire them, you really don't have time to stop inspiring. Not only is she a great leader, but she looks at her job not as a job, but she has realized that her job is a ministry.
Most people who know me, they know I like things to be the same. I don't like change. And so, but sometimes it's important for things to be shaken up. And I know this is God ordained, that he had to shake it up because Jennifer was comfortable with just following the plan. But now it's, I'm going to have you step out and to do what I've wanted you to do for so long.
So one of the positions that I carried out was testing coordinator, and it involves a lot of different moving parts. And Ms. Bellinger would always call me weekly meetings to make sure that whichever test was coming up, that we had all of the parts in place. And she would always encourage us as testing coordinators to bring our ideas on what would work best, despite the fact that she already had a plan in place. And she was always willing to adjust according to what made the most sense, and never really thought that just because she was the leader that her idea was the best idea all the time. She was always open to input, and she made you understand that that input was welcome.
Ms. Bellinger has an amazing ability of establishing relationships with co-workers, subordinates, every person that she relates to. My experience with her when I worked with her as a data and instructional coach, She based her entire work on team building and her being part of that team. So sometimes you would see that the lines would blur and we didn't even know who was the leader on the spot, because she made us feel that we all had something to contribute to the team.
I feel stressed, but it's a good stress. A good stress in if you say you trust God and you know He's not going to put more on you than you can bear. I look back at all the things that happened over my career. 2016, I think 2016, 17, my brother passed away. A year later, one of my sisters passed. And then just January of 2023, another sister to pass. It was a lot. Then deciding to retire in February. And then March, finding out that my mom has pancreatic cancer. For some, it would just be like, I'm done. But for me, it's like, this is your time. You've had time to prepare for this. So I'm not putting more on you than you can bear. It's time to show what's inside of you. It's time for you to be that testimony for other people, because people watch and see, how are you going to recover from this? How are you going to respond? And I think my response is really just working hard. I'm a hard worker anyway. I rise early regardless to what's going on. And I think it's time for me to just rise up, for me to still be the same person that I've been for all these years of my existence, to be that supporter for others, to not think it's about me, it's about those who are around me, because I always see myself as there's someone who needs that helping hand. With all that said, we are excited about the opening of Bridges to Opportunity Academy. For more ways to support, please visit our website, bridgestopportunity.org.